Hello everyone, welcome to our Python programming tutorial for beginners. In today's video, we will be exploring a Python code snippet and understanding its output step by step. If you are new to programming or Python, don't worry, we will explain everything in a simple and easy to understand way. Let's dive in. Alright, let's take a look at the Python code snippet we have here. The code consists of 4 lines. The first 3 lines involve creating variables x, y and z and assigning them specific values. The fourth line is the main logic that determines the output. So let's break it down step by step. In the first line, we created a list called x and it contains one element which is an empty string. In the second line, we assign the value 10 to the variable y. However, since y variable is not used later in the code, it doesn't affect the final output. So we can ignore it for now. And moving on, in the third line, we assign an empty string to the variable z. Now comes the interesting part, the fourth line. This line contains the main logic of the script, which determines the output. So now we will run this code and see what will be the outcome from this code. There you go. We got result as false. Now we will analyze why we got this result, why it is false. So let's dive into the details. Before we proceed, let me explain what the term ternary operator means. In Python, the ternary operator is a shorter way of writing an if-else statement. So it allows us to write a compact condition and expression in a single line. In our code, this particular part, this condition is called ternary operator. So it is a shorter way of writing an if-else statement. Now let's analyze the condition in our ternary operator. It first checks the condition if z is x or z equal to x. If this condition is true, it would return empty. If it is false, it goes to the else part where it negates the string not empty. So to understand why the condition evaluates to false, let's break it down further. So z is x. This checks if z and x are referred to the same object. In our code, z is an empty string and x is a list containing an empty string. Since they are not the same object, this part of the condition evaluates to false. And z equal to x. This checks if the values of z and x are equal. As explained earlier, z is an empty string and x is a list containing an empty string. So here an empty string is not equal to a list containing an empty string. Hope you got the difference. So this part of the condition also evaluates to false. Since both parts of the condition z is x and z equal to x evaluates to false, the entire condition becomes false. So now let's move on to the else part of the ternary operator. As the condition is false, the ternary operator goes to the else part of the expression, which is not empty. So in Python, when the not operator is applied to a non-boolean types in Python, it interprets non-empty sequences and collections like strings and lists as true, and when it interprets with empty sequences or the number 0, it returns false. So the ternary operator having a condition of false proceeds to the else part and returns the result of non-empty as false, which is the same result we got. So here not empty is a non-empty string. So when it is interpreted in Boolean context, it is true. But in our condition, not empty returns false, because the ternary operator it interpreted with a Boolean context which is false. So in conclusion, our script prints false, which is the output you are seeing. So that's it about ternary operator in Python. Hope you understand the topic about ternary operator and how we can write an if-else statement in a shorter way using ternary operator. If you have any queries or any questions on this topic, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section. And now we have some additional information for you about if-else. According to the operator precedence in Python, the if-else expression would be evaluated as follows. Let's see how it would be evaluated. So in this condition, we will break down each operation based on the precedence. First we will see z is x or z equal to x. Here is and equal have the same precedence, and since they are evaluated from left to right, z is x will be checked first and followed by z equal to x, and the final result of this expression is false as previously explained. Now not empty, we will evaluate this condition. So the not operator has higher precedence than the if else expression. However, since it's part of the else clause, so it only gets evaluated after the if condition has been checked. As explained previously, not empty interpreted as true in Boolean context, so not empty also false here. And now we are left with if else expression. Since the if condition is false, Python evaluates and returns the result of else clause, which is false. So the entire expression gives the result false, and that is what we got. So we thoroughly explained each step of the process. So I hope you now have a clear understanding of why the output is false. So if you have enjoyed this explanation and want to learn more about Python programming, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon and get notified of our upcoming tutorials. We will see you in the next video. Till then, happy coding.